every class is recorded, so you can have it, okay? And we're back. Good. Now, if it's possible, don't introduce a lot of new vocabulary. But if you have to, no more than 4 new words, because it's not your point to teach new vocabulary. Your objective is to teach the grammar tense. So focus on the grammar tense, not in the vocabulary, right? Again, that's old school. Maestros que tenían todo el pizarrón lleno, ¿no? De palabras. Don't do that. Really, I mean, that's anti-pedagogical. Again, if it's an example, present continuous, maybe recycling verbs. If it's present perfect, hobbies and habits, good habit, bad habits. Second conditional, fortune teller, the lottery, millionaire. No, words that go along with the topic that we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Then this is where it gets funny. The main presentation. Here is the place where you actually present the grammar structure to your students. And notice the minutes. Miren. A ver, aquí está. Yes. 4 minutes. ¿Ah? Luego, 4 minutes. This one is 3 minutes. And in the main presentation, 15, and you can go to 20 minutes. So this is the longest part. Mm-hmm. Vivian, can you read this?
Here you are presenting the grammatical structure. Remember, where are the examples? What kind of drills shall I use? Present sentence.
Good. So these are the 3 things that you need to take into consideration. What are there not examples? And this is could be a very obvious question, but it's not. Think as a student. If your teacher asks you, is there any question? No. Do you understand? Yes. And everybody fails the exam, no? So never assume that students know. Teachers, remember, students are students. I always say that. Students are students, period. Okay. So are there enough examples? You need to know your students. That you might have a group that they're faster than others. No? Okay, well, yeah. But that might be a group that is slower than others. So you might have to include more examples. Okay. Now, the second point is very important. What kind of drills should I use? And this is where I need you to pay close attention. First of all, what is a drill? What is a synonym for a drill, Paola? Paola, your microphone. Ella se fue. Ella no está. Paul is gone. Cristina, you have some synonyms? I can read your lips.
Maybe drill is the could be sources.
Okay. Have you seen the expression the gringo says, you know the drill?
Can you listen to me?
Yes, I can listen to you, Paola.
Yes.
Okay, so you know the drill, so that means process maybe, activity, protocol. Hello, Miss Annie. Long time no see.
Hello, I'm here.
Where are you working at the school or your house?
In both places.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right. So, yes, a drill is an activity. Simple as that. Drill, activity, task. Okay. In order to present grammar or whatever it is, we're going to use drill number 1. And this is going to be mechanical drill. Drill number 2. And this is going to be semi-mechanical drill. And drill number 3, critical thinking drill. And this is very important for you to understand, because that's how that's how a person learns something. Okay? Cuando éramos chiquitos, te decía tu mamá, vete por las tortillas y me traes 1 kilo de leche y bla, 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 y te dan toda la lista, ¿no? ¿Y qué haces cuando vas caminando? Gira leche, los huevos, los leche, los huevos, y vas repitiendo. That's mechanical drill. Okay, so that's how we learn things. That happens the same in the classroom, but it has an order. It has a process. Okay, mechanical drill is the one that students don't think, they repeat. I give an example. If you were talking about hobbies and habits, present perfect, okay. This is Maria. Maria has eaten pizza for 10 years. Repeat. That is mechanical, okay? It's something that you just repeating what the teacher, or in your case, the miss, is saying. Semi-mechanical. Mechanical drill. Students start thinking. For example, fill in the blanks. Maria blank pizza for the 10 years. Complete the sentence. Pues María, pues es has, porque no, has pizza, pues no se la toman, la juega, entonces la come, entonces has eaten pizza. ¿Sí? That's semi-mechanical. Yes, minute.
So, for example, in mechanical drill is when the teacher is going to make you read something or examples of something, and then you saw what is the, I don't know, composition or something like that.
Excellent. That's mechanical. They don't, you don't think, you need to think. You just read, you repeat, and repeat. Semi-mechanical, you start deducting the answer, or you start answering on your own by deduction. No? Juan, blank, baseball all his life. Entonces ya sabes, pues Juan es has, baseball, what you do with baseball, you play, so Juan has played all his life.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Now, critical thinking, critical, está mal escrito, thinking, students apply, how do you spell apply? Students apply grammar in their lives. Give an example. Annie, tell me the name of your best friend forever. Your BBF?
Chris.
Chris?
Yes.
Okay, Chris. Woman or man?
Men.
Men. Sorry. Okay, Chris. So tell me, Annie, a good habit of Chris.
He's always a very organized person.
Okay. So, Annie. Lo hacemos más interactivo. Annie, look at the picture, at the board. So this is Chris, okay?
Yes.
Le ponemos un happy face y un corazón que dice aquí, Annie. Okay, very good. So Chris, blank. Entonces, Chris, ¿qué?
He is.
No. Present perfect. We're in the example of present perfect. Has ¿qué?
Has been.
Thank you. Organized, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, if you had the chance to look at Annie's faces, she was like, she's using her critical thinking. She's applying what she's learning into her life. Okay, so that is the 3 steps, or that is the process in what your students need to learn. That's why many people are very good at translating and writing, because they only do mechanical drills. Maybe semi-mechanical drills, but they never get to critical thinking. So they don't know when and how they need to use English in their lives. So that's what we need to do. Okay, now, we did it in 5 minutes. A normal class is 20 minutes, because, they're students. They're, stupid, or, they don't know English, right? So you need to teach them the English. Okay, see? So far, so good? Okay, let me erase this. So it's here. Can you read this? Who was reading? Vivian? Yes, Vivian, read it.
Present it with drills. Mechanical drills, row repetition, fill in the blocks, waiting, written exercise, Semi-mechanical drills, complete the sentence, unscramble the words, send and postcard. Critical things drills, what do you do things day in your, please tell me.
Very good. So you see the different mechanical group repetition, queuing, written exercises, complete the sentences, and critical thinking, what do you think, etc. All right, then we go to the consolidation, and this is 5 minutes. Read this, Paula.
We should have a consolidation for every grammar structure presented so as to avoid conflicts between L1 and L2.
Good. And consolidation are usually communicative activities, in other words, conversation activities, role plays, games, dialogues, debates, interviews, etc. And this is an evaluation for you to see if your students actually learned or not. No, you haven't. Okay, pair work, and let's talk about your best friend and tell me about his hobbies. Y se empiezan así como que, he, it, and, well, then something went wrong, right? So you need to go back and reinforce the grammar. Right? Okay. Something like this, right? Very good. Now we're going to do this in, we're going to do the steps in your, the ones that you had, like present continuous 1, 2, and the analysis that we did last Tuesday, but now we're going to have a grammar presentation made. Okay, so wait a minute. Cool. All right. Before moving on, let's take a selfie, because the last time se fueron unos y alguien cerró los ojos y así como que estaba dormida. No digo nombres, pero se llama Cristina. Es cierto. Ok. Dios, no me peiné. Ok, anyways. 1, 2, minute, smile. Sheesh. 1, 2. Thank you. All right. So now let's see. Paola, are you here, Paola? Yes. Paola and so Paola and Minit, please work together, okay? And Cristina. No, Annie and Vivian. You, Annie doesn't have any. In Cristina, you do alone. Okay, I will be helping you, but you do have a topic, so.
Yes.
Okay, so
The
it's
topic of yesterday?
from last Tuesday. Yes.
Yes, last Tuesday. Okay.
So let's see. Paola and Minit. ¿Te puedo decir Salem? Because Minit nomás no se me da. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so usted me puede decir Super Teacher Gerson, así le puse a mi nombre, ¿lo vio? Alrighty. And off you go. Cool. Christina, just 5 more minutes. I might forget something. In the mechanical drill is where you actually write the structure. Es where you present the structure, sabes, el subject, el monito, el caso es el if, monito, y así. It's in the mechanical drill part.
Okay. Okay. I could show you what I have.
Yes, go
Tell
ahead.
me what do I have to complete? I just made like the structure. I don't know. Let me show you.
Sure.
Aquí está. So the warm up and the concept would be influencers. Like, what would you do if you were like an influencer, or if you were not, like how in social media you could have like an impact.
Okay.
Vocabulary, reinforcing the previous vocabulary would be if, and then new vocabulary, condition, and outcome that are like the main parts of the second conditional.
Wait.
And then,
Go back.
yes.
That's okay. That's very good. Now, how will you make sure that your students understand outcome, for example?
Give an example. No, giving an example.
Okay. A ver, vamos a poner
Because
yo sé
it's a concept, like abstract concept.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. I'm Gerson. I'm a stupid basic. So tell me, explain to me outcome.
Okay. Outcome is the result of any action, of an activity.
See, I'm basic. I don't understand that what you're saying.
Okay. Okay. Let me think. Like with an activity, we can use images. Like, for example, these kids wouldn't be cold if he would wear a jacket.
See, that's the grammar. You're talking about outcome, the vocabulary. I was Christina, because you're explaining like if your students spoke English.
Yes. Okay.
They don't. Remember, the students are students. Make it simple. I'll give you an example. Why don't you use cognates?
Okay.
¿Qué es a cognate? You know that or no? Okay, no worries. No, cognate, it's a word that sounds similar in Spanish than English.
Okay.
Give an example, information, right?
Información.
Okay. There are true cognates and false cognates. A false cognates might be, for example, exit and éxito, ¿no? But,
okay.
So outcome, y te van a ver así como que
we can change outcome and write result.
Very good.
Result instead of outcome.
Very good. Outcome, results, consequences, action, reaction, blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Result.
No, quita la U. La O.
Okay, result. Result. And result sounds like resultado.
Very good. So then your students will understand.
Okay.
You can even leave outcome equals result.
Okay. Yes. Outcome. Yeah, okay. Then here I have like some questions, but you will tell me. In the main presentation, where's the mechanical drills, we can start with read examples from the board. That is totally mechanical. Then semi-mechanical drills will be complete sentences, and we can add options or relate with the other part of the sentences, or just let them do it by themselves, but we can make something easier with examples or options or lines. And critical thinking would be create a new Instagram profile about their own interest and explain out loud what would they do following second conditional grammar structure. Like they have to talk in front of the group and explain or tell about their new Instagram account using second conditional. And the group that has less mistakes, or the student that has less mistakes, will be the winner.
Okay, now give me an example of each of, write an example of each of the drills.
Sorry, of what?
Write an example
Mm-hmm.
for each of the drill.
Okay. Okay, for example, in mechanical drill, using our concept would be if
Remember that in that part, you write the structure. So I would write the structure and then abajo una oración.
okay, if plus conditional sentence plus would or could plus results or outcome. Results. So if I were, ¿cómo habíamos dicho? Espérame, déjame lo checo. Yes, if
Good. You remember.
if I was, porque se puede usar was de excepción, ¿no?
Sí, es informal, pero yes, you can do it.
Okay. If I was un influencer de tipo eco-friendly, pues if I was ¿cómo sería? An eco-friendly influencer, I would no. Sí, no. Let me think just a moment. If I was an eco-friendly influencer, I would, or I could invite my followers to plant trees.
Very good.
For example.
Very good.
Then semi-mechanical drills could be if, no, vamos a poner rayita, Juanita. If Juanita were, if Juanita, vamos a quitarle esto. Una. Estoy pensando cómo decirlo. ¿Cómo se dicen las influencers de moda? Como ¿cómo se dice en moda? como,
Fashionable?
sorry?
Fashionable?
Yes, maybe we can use that word.
Nala, ven. Nala. Nala.
Fashion. She could fashion. She could sell clothes. And we can put like option A is, luego was, y luego she could. O por ejemplo, if rayita she could. Y ya la última, if, well, was, we could use was, right?
Yes.
So we can leave it like option A or option B.
Yes. Very good.
And at the end, in critical thinking, he would be like a more expensive, expensive example.
Yeah. That was going to tell you.
Mhm,
Creating a new profile from scratch and doing all the things
mhm.
might be kind of too long for one class.
Okay,
I
okay.
would, normally all students have already an Instagram or a Facebook or even a TikTok profile. So why don't you change it instead of saying a new profile to create a new post,
Okay.
your favorite network, social networking.
Favorite. Fluent second conditional grammar structure. Yes.
Very good. Like it. Excellent. You have a
Okay.
mistaken clothes.
Where?
L before C.
Yes.
H, sorry.
For consolidation, the other students should listen and identify any mistake. And the accounts with the less mistakes will be the winner.
Okay, now that might be okay, and but I would add something more challenging
Okay.
and related to their lives. For example, I don't know. What if your uncle is or your cousins are BTS? I don't know. I'm just talking something out of the blue. No, something famous. Somebody famous is your uncle. What would you do with him? When you visit, what would you do with him? Obviously, if my uncle were, I don't know, Keanu Reeves, I will share my dog experiences. No, I mean.
Okay, so we write like a general question, and they should answer it.
Right. Well, I mean, it's talking about influencers, no? An influence could be a social media or could even be a celebrity too.
Yes.
So what if you are friends or your uncle or your what is the name of this guy? I don't even know the names of the new influencers, but anyways, the one from Badabun que ya no tiene su ¿cómo se llama? What if he was your family member, your best friend? What would you do with him? What activities would you do?
What if your best friend would be
Aguas ahí, What if your best friend would be or was or were?
What if your best friend was
Yes.
a famous influencer?
Your favorite famous influencer. Y así lo haces personalized. I know my favorite influencer is
I don't know. Yes. Mhm.
right? So then
Okay.
your students will actually, number one, be motivated
Yes.
topic. Number two, they will be involved in the topic. And most importantly, they will be motivated to talk,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
I like it. So
Thank you.
let me see the other guys if they're ready.
Yes.
I don't even know what time. Yeah, they should be ready by now. Yeah,
Yes.
let's close all the classrooms.
Okay.
So any news from the school? No.
From that school, no, because they told me that I should have 3 modules from the teachers or TKT. But after I have those, it could be. But I have another interviews this week.
Cool. All
Yes.
the vibe.
Thank you.
You'll do fine. You have great potential. Same as
Thank
Ileana, she was very good too.
Yes.
We have one problem, her boyfriend.
Well, their boyfriend are the problem.
Well, I mean, I don't know the guy, but she was too busy with. She didn't really have, really have time for it. She worked for me for some time, but then
Mhm.
she moved with. She left with. I don't know. Something happened. That was it. So.
Okay.
Yo no soy chismoso, pero.
Teacher, we didn't finish.
Oh my Lord in heaven, Jesus baby.
Okay.
We had technical difficulties.
Yeah.
See, Salem, I've been a teacher for over 20 years. I know all the excuses. I know all the reasons. I actually invented some of the excuses.
Not really. My key from my computer. The key from my computer. I mean, I'm bored. The key of my computer doesn't work. I have told you before. The microphone was so difficult. Really? But we
Jeez.
only need to write the consolidation.
Okay, that's okay. So this is a dynamic. We're going to do the same. You're going to explain. Don't need choro. You're going to tell us the presentation, the drills, and the rest of us. We're going to listen, and we're going to listen for two specific areas. Number one, and I'm sorry, but that's the way we're going to learn. For number one, English pronunciation and English rules. So we need to improve our English. So we're going to help each other. Okay, see, we not need to offend each other. I mean, if I made a mistake, I know I'm not perfect. I'm extremely sexy, but not perfect. So you can tell me my mistakes. Okay. And number two, you're going to tell me if you think their presentation or your classmates' presentation is feasible. Let me paraphrase it. Is adaptable to the students. Okay. So who wants to be first? Thank you, Paola, for voluntarily offering yourself.
Okay.
Paola and Salem, and off you go. The rest will listen.
Okay, okay, our topic is present perfect. So talking about warm up, we start doing one specific question. Where do you live? And the students start giving their answers. I live in Mexico City. I live in Ecatepec. I live in any state of Mexico. After that, we take some of the answers from the students. So we do this question. have you lived in Ecatepec all your life? And we did the students answer, yes, I have lived in Ecatepec. So after he or she gave us the answer, we do the concept about present perfect. Present perfect is an action that has taken a place at a specific time between present and the past. Then we mentioned some verbs, but we do a review about regular and irregular verbs. Some of them, not all, specific verbs in present and the past. So we practice sing and the past sang, watch, watched, paint, painted, drive, drove. Sorry, reading, no, let's read, dance, danced. And after that we practice some verbs, we did a kind of a structure or example. Peter has danced salsa for hours. So we can present the formula to the students. Subject or happy face, plus have or has, according to the personal pronoun. Verb, but in past participle, could be regular or irregular, plus complement. And we have some pictures or posters that we can help to construct the sentence. After that, we do a kind of exercise, multiple choice, and we have these two examples. The last summer, we have blanks, fill in the blanks, decided to go to the beach. So they have to choose if they choose have or has, the specific auxiliary that correspond to the personal pronoun. And after, in the second example, we decided to give or to have to fill in the blanks, and they have to choose the correct auxiliary with the correct form of the verb, but in past participle. So they have to choose between have got, has gotten, or have gotten. So after that they choose have gotten, we do the critical thinking. In that, we do again questions, but now in specific using present perfect. What kind of activities have you done in your neighborhood? So the students answer, I have played football, I have run in the park, etc. So one of the students, we thought that he answered, I have broken my neighbor's window. After that, the teacher do another question. What kind of mischievous have you done to your neighbor? And then they can do the same, repeat the same answer, or they can invent it. I have kept his keys, or I have taken out his dog or her dog. And after, we didn't finish to talk about our consolidation. So in this part, we didn't finish. But we can say that the students can do no one can do a kind of, I don't know, what's the word minute that you said before, that we didn't know it. The students can do a kind of
About what?
I don't know, not even in Spanish, I don't remember the word. They can write in 3 lines what supposedly activities that they have done before in their neighborhoods.
Anecdote.
Like anecdote. And that's all.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Though the rest of the teachers comments. Ay, sí, está bien callados. Híjole. Choros. No comments? Suggestions, complaints, piropos, aunque sea? No? Okay. Very good. Hi, Silvia. Very good. Excellent. I like it. Okay. I have some observations. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Go into the first slide, please.
Yeah. Wait a little bit, please.
Okay. So you said, okay, the warm-up is where do you live? Okay, I live in, by the way, I live in Ecatepec, ¿no? Pero no te van a decir así, I live in Ecatepec.
Well, it's because we were thinking about that we live in Mexico City or a state of Mexico. That's
No,
why.
I know. I'm just being. I'm not being racist, eh? I actually have an uncle in Ecatepec, or two uncles, I think.
Teacher, but
And
that's not
I
racist.
had a girlfriend. No, listen to this. I had a girlfriend in the Cal González, neta. O sea, tenía que ir a verla con pistola en mano. O sea, mi suegro tenía que bajar. El papá tenía que bajar con pistola en mano. That's real.
I don't live in Ecatepec, but I know it. And sometimes I go there and anything happens to me. And I mean, I guess it depends of the people.
No. This was interesting. I mean, I needed to park my car in the beginning of the Can González. He will go down in his truck with pistola en mano and then go to his house. I actually was going to marry her, but then she came out of the closet. She was gay. So, anyways, you know, I have no problems with that. But you know, she was 10 years old, younger than me. But yeah, it's interesting, no? It was interesting. Anyways, so you said, where do you live? Okay, I live in blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now you said that next you will say, have you lived in Ecatepec all your life? Paola, that's a Kool-Aid teacher. That's an old school. Es como llegar el maestro, ya sabes, el old school en el pizarrón. Present progressive. Guys, today is present progressive. Do you know present progressive? Don't do that. That's old school. Obviously, they don't know that they're students. But if you ask, have you lived all your life? Could be, and most likely will be confusing for your students. And this part of the class, there is no necessary, or you shouldn't present any of the present tense. You should be very, very simple. You live in Ecatepec? Yes, teacher. Yes, miss. All your life? Sí o no, ya sabes, en el pizarrón o en tu Zoom pantalla, en tu Zoom screen, Juanito Pérez lived in Ecatepec all his life, or 5 years from now, blah, blah, blah. And you use that in the process of your what do you call it, of your presentation, okay? So yes, en la oración de hasta abajo, present perfect is an action. Actions like delete that. Don't say that to the students. The students don't need choro. Students are students. Be very simple to them. Okay. All right. Hola, Mamba. Now, in the I think it's the third. Yes, in the third. The students. Okay, Peter has dent. Yes, well, okay, that was good. What about what's about the M stands for? What's?
It's because I wrote it in order to remember, but what I'm going to do. That just does for me. Don't worry about it.
No. Sí, geez, Paola, no, sabes que tengo TOC. Todo el rato que estabas hablando, que es la M, que es la M, que es la M. Anyways, okay, good.
But I get your attention. That's important to the English teachers.
Gee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, very good. The rest is pretty cool. The consolidation just in the consolidation part, students will write 3 lines about activities. I don't understand. Can you explain that to me?
I explained you before, but in oral form because we didn't.
Yes, I remember that. Okay, try to make it more challenging to them. Like for example, bring a picture of a person. Okay, this person, and then you tell something controversial, like if that person lives in Mexico City, this person is from Tepito. Tell me what he has done in the past 5 years.
Okay.
In pairs. So that's challenging to them. It's challenging and it's motivating to them. Okay. Instead of just saying, a ver, hablen de ustedes, pues no, I mean, it's not going to be interesting to them. Okay.
Boring.
It's going to be boring. Yes, like Cristina, she's sleeping already. She is Cristina.
Okay.
One time a teacher put me to, he gave me 3 photos and he told me that I was supposed to be ¿cómo se llama? ¿Cómo les dicen a los de las noticias?
Anchorman, news presenter.
Yeah, news presenter, and I supposed to make up a story about each picture using the tense we are talking about. So I think that activity was interesting.
Yeah. Okay, this person lives in Tepito and he has lots of things to do. Explain. I don't know, something that is interesting, right? Good. Thank you very much, Paola.
Yeah.
And send it to us to the chat so we can have it. All right?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so let's see. Cristina, off you go.
Yes. Les presento.
Yes, please.
Okay. So in warm-up, our concept would be influencers or social media. In order to reinforce old vocabulary would be the word if, and the new vocabulary condition or outcome. Outcome equal result, because result sounds more like resultado, and that would help them to remember in a better way. Mechanical drills would be read examples from the board and write the structure. If plus the conditional sentence plus would or could, and at the end the result. For example, if I was an eco-friendly influencer, I could invite my followers to plant trees. This sentence, because we're talking about influencers or social media. Semi-mechanical drills would be complete sentences. Blank, Juanita blank, and fashion influencer, blank, blank, sell clothes. And 2 options, so they can choose the best option. Critical thinking would be create a new Instagram post about their own interest, or for a subject they could or they would like to share in their favorite network, and they would follow when they explain their post. They will be following second conditional grammar structure. And for the consolidation, I'm missing here a punctuation, but the question for all the group, or the general question, would be, what if your best friend was your favorite famous influencer? What would you do, or what would you say, or what would you ask to his to him or to her. And the other students should listen and identify the mistakes. And the account or the post with less mistakes will be the winner. Any question?
Very good. Teachers
Okay.
attack. No questions? Comments? Complaints, suggestions, piropos, anything? Okay.
I would like to listen your class.
Oh, thank you.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Actually, it's actually pretty cool class. Pretty good. I had some comments, but we discussed them and privately, so it was pretty cool.
Yes.
So that's good. That's good. Thank you very much, Christina.
Thank
Now,
you.
save these because at some point of the course, you're going to teach it to actual students, okay? So save the presentations. Send it to us, please, Christina, to the chat so we can have it. That will be pretty cool. All right. Annie and Vivian, off you go.
Yes. Let me share the screen. Well, we have the topic for first conditional. Okay, so, well, for warm up, we choose a picture. We're going to talk about house rules and consequence of ignore them. So we're gonna elicit some ideas about some rules, house rules, and the consequence if you don't do that, right? And we are going to elicit with the students about that. Then we have a vocabulary presentation. We are going to introduce some 6 words or expressions about household chores. And then we have the main presentation where we explain what's the objective or the use of first conditional. And we give a summarize. We use first conditional for real situations and to talk about rules and permissions. And then we have the grammar presentation where we introduce the structure, grammar structure, and we give some examples. We also say that we can use modal verbs for first conditional, and we remember to the students when you write the simple present, you need to focus when you use first person. You need to add s, es, or es to the verb, and for simple future, if it's positive or if it's negative, you use will or won't. And we give some examples here. We have the drills. Vivian, do you want to explain that? I use the mechanical drill is a complete the sentence and decide the option in the watch the examples. Invade the conditional, first conditional, and the grammar. And next they use the semi-mechanical drills. The students sing the answer and complete the sentence. But yeah, I don't say the options. And the critical things, write the examples and next explain with your partners. The teacher have the question, say the question, and the student ask the option. And finally use the consolidation and explain the picture with the partners and explain the consequence for now they obey the rules.
I like it. Es volando. Very good. Ven, Ala. Ven, mamá. A ver, repite después de mí. Los vecinos tienen perros. Los vecinos no son enemigos. Okay. Good. Teachers, attack. Yes,
I
Cristina.
have a comment and a question.
Okay, so can you share again, Annie? Sorry, go ahead, Cristina.
Well, two questions maybe. The first comment, I think that we have like a lot of stimulus visuales, like you're like putting a lot of text, and if you're like talking about the theme and we have to read, I was a little bit missed, like I don't know if I should listen to you or read the text. And I have a question. What do you think about writing an example before they have to do their exercise? It's like a general question that just came into my mind. Like we should.
What is this slide? What is the slide that you're talking about?
No, this is like no. My question is like from the.
Oh yeah,
activity.
it's general. What do I think
Before-
about?
What
what?
do you think about writing an example after the instruction before the activity in order they have like an idea about the structure they have to follow? Maybe especially in conditionals, because are a little bit confusing, the conditionals, or maybe difficult. I don't know, maybe they don't have to have examples and they have just to remembering the structure. But what do you think about it?
Good. Teachers, your opinion.
But it's like a question for you or for the other teachers. What do you think about writing examples? Or we are helping a
The
lot.
others first.
I like the idea, but it depends from the school. I know that
Okay.
you were or you have the idea to working in private school. Also, when I worked in private school, we have enough technology, some resources in order to help us. But I guess it depends from the school and how many students do you have it. Also, as you think, I think it's a little bit, a lot of images, pictures, so that gets confused for the students. It doesn't matter any school that you are working, but writing, that's gonna be perfect for small groups. But when you have 50 or 60 students, if I do that, I can kill myself because I didn't finish to check it, because it's not there. Well, there isn't only one group that I have it. I have more than 2, 3, 5. Today I have 18 groups. So
Oh my God.
you imagine if I do this kind of exercise, maybe probably I can do it, but must be specific questions, or the best thing that I choose is to working with multiple choice. That is going to be very easy for me to give in the answers. So in my own opinion, personal opinion, I think that it's great, your idea, but the only thing is it depends from the school because of the students. Because
Okay.
it's very, very hard to work with 60 students because you are saying, well, you are telling to them, be quiet, meanwhile they are, the other one are killing,
Spending more time in disciplining than actually teaching.
Yeah,
I understand
so
that.
it's a little bit hard. You're right. Is the wonderful work from the teachers, English teacher, to work with few students, but in the reality, it depends from the school, in my own opinion.
Okay.
You were telling that you need to put up first an example before you do the exercise, right?
Yes.
I think that's great because many times I have seen in classes I have been, the people are like, I don't know what thinking, and when we begin to do the exercise, many are lost. So
Lost.
yeah, I think it could be better if you put an example first in how to do it.
Yeah, you will eliminate when you model. That's the word, Cristina. When you model the instruction and you write an example, you
Yeah.
eliminate a lot of Miss, ¿y cómo se dice? Miss, ¿ahora qué va? Yes, but
Yes.
now about Paola's comment, I agree and no, because you can have okay, like in this case, Annie is sharing. What would happen if you ignore the rules? Como dice, what happen if you ignore the rules? Then, yeah, that's not correct. Anyways, what happens if you ignore the rules? Y lo hago abajo. Example: if I get drunk in my job, I will be fired. Okay, that's the example. No? Eso that's okay, Paola. But I understand your point. Actually, this is off the record. I've been an English teacher in public schools too. You can't, and this is for real. You can't go to critical thinking. You can't. In other words, you can't have open questions.
No, I
There
said
is no time.
I said that she was okay. She was okay. I like it. In fact, the examples and the doubts and the questions, I like it. But the only thing is that I suggest that it's going to be a perfect world in the private schools, because I know they give you all the material. You didn't do anything, because they give you the tape recorders, the books, etc. So it's going to be very easy. But in public schools, you can do all the steps as you taught or you showed us before, but must be a little bit more shorter, because you have a few time. And the best thing is to practice in oral form several times. That's the result that I have taken. And I thought that it takes me a good result, because my students had a kind of competition with private schools, and they were okay. And so I said, oh my God, I did the correct form to teach, because it was very hard, you know. As you told before, the discipline, the students, the most important here is where do they live, you know, because some students, it doesn't matter that they were students in public schools. If they have the opportunity in their families to grow up, or that they thought that studying is the best thing to be better, it's totally different to another public schools that the students doesn't have an idea to get improved themselves. So the only thing that they wanted is to pass it. It doesn't matter if it could be with 6, but because now on we can't, I'm sorry if this is going to be recorded, but we can't fail or do a kind of failed assessment to the student. So
Yes.
Yeah, I
think you're right.
I think that's a very stupid rule, but anyways,
But it happens.
I always tell the teachers that they're the stupid keepers, that they keep stupid, but they keep advancing.
I don't know.
Yes. I mean, we're getting into a subject that we can go and on and on. I personally have taught public, private, very expensive private, and very poor schools.
Yeah.
It depends. What is, in my opinion, ojo, Cristina, and everybody. My experience is what I told you the last class. I'm going to teach you the ideal situation. The ideal situation or the perfect situation or the technique. This is the technique. You need to adapt it to your local circumstances. Okay, I give an example. I have in the course, there is a topic that is classroom management. In other words, cómo se ponen las sillas, si se mueven, que de herradura y de circling. Di ese taller a maestros del CENTE. ¿Saben qué es el CENTE, verdad? En el Bajío. El CENTE es el sindicato de trabajadores o sea, los maestros de primaria y secundaria. ¿Okay? Todos me dijeron, maestro, pases esto porque aquí no se puede. Tenemos alumnos, tenemos 50 sillas para un salón de 20. Con trabajo podemos entrar. So, this is the technique, this is the perfect situation, the ideal situation, pero, escúchenme bien, and this is in Spanish for everybody understands, no, la verdad es que no, como se dice en inglés. Su vocación les va a dictar cómo adaptarlo. O van a ser el Kool-Aid teacher o el cool teacher. Kool-Aid teacher, la vocación les va a decir, pues yo hago lo que puedo, al fin si aprenden, pasan, ni lo van a usar. ¿Para qué? Al cool teacher, su vocación les va a decir, me voy a esforzar a lo que más pueda para ayudar a los que más puedan de mis alumnos. See the difference? So keep that in mind. Remember, I don't even know how to say vocación in English. Vocation. No es cierto. Let's leave it as a concord. I don't even know. Anyways, another comment, Annie, is just being picky. Your background might be distracting. Okay?
Yes.
The cleaner, the background, the cleaner, the better. When it has lots of lights, it might be distracting to students. Después les mando un artículo que dice eso, que debes utilizar marcadores azules y los rojos no, y bla, bla, bla.
Okay.
Vocación is vocation.
Vocation, no estaba mal. Vocation, okay.
One,
Yeah.
Sounds weird though, okay.
but one teacher in one class before that I had taken one course that I didn't remember. I had the same questions, and he told me that in talking about techniques, we have to talk about pedagogic techniques. That's the
Okay,
correct thing.
okay, all right. Good, vocation. Sounds weird though. But
I don't know what.
thank you very much, Annie. Excellent. Send it to us, please. And we ran out of time. Thank you very much. And is there any questions? So far, so good? Mira, esta se la pasó dormida toda la tarde. Qué gusto. She is Puguagua. Half Pug, half Chihuahua. All right. Thank you very much. I'll send you the lyrics for More Than Words. Remember the last class I told you that if I was, so it's actually admitted. Party a lot, have a nice weekend. Party a lot, drink a lot. No, no es cierto. Tú no, Vivian, está chiquita. The rest go last. Y Vivian, ¿por qué no me discriminen nada? Thank you very much, guys. So we keep in
Thank
touch.
you.
All right, thank you. Very good
Thank you so much.
presentations.
Thank you.
Bye.
Susan.